and Ukraine, you should get the Nobel Prize. I said, well, what about the 7 others? I should get a Nobel Prize for each one. No, they said, but if you stop, think of that, but if you stop Russia and Ukraine, sir, on the world stage, we're once again doing things and we're just respected at, I think, a level that we've never been respected before. We're forging peace agreements and we're stopping wars. So we stopped wars between India, Pakistan, Thailand, and Cambodia. And Thailand, I'll tell you, Thailand was, they were going at it hot and heavy. And these were wars that were not stoppable, most of them. Armenia and Azerbaijan, going on for years. They came to my office, the two leaders, two great guys. One was there 22 years, one was there 7. And they both said during the entire term of their office, all they did was kill people on the other side. And now they're sitting in my office and they're at the Oval Office. It's pretty wide. And they had one over here, one over there. And slowly over the course of about an hour, they came close. And at the end of an hour, we were hugging each other and holding hands. It was an amazing thing, and we settled that war. That was not settleable, as the expression goes. Cambodia and Armenia, it was just starting, and it was a bad one. Think of that. We have, let's see, Cambodia, Armenia. We have Kosovo, Serbia, Israel, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia. That's a beauty. They built a little dam in Ethiopia that's like the largest dam in the world. And it affects water going to the Nile. Would you say that's a problem? I would say that's a big problem. So with all of these things that we've done, think of India and Pakistan. Think of that. And you know how I stopped that? With trade. They want to trade. And I have great respect for both leaders. But when you take a look at all of these wars that we've stopped, and they said, so think, just look at that. India, Pakistan, Thailand, Cambodia, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Rwanda and the Congo, right? We stopped all of them. And 60% of them were stopped because of trade. Like with India, I said, look, we're not going to do any trade if you're going to fight. And they have nuclear weapons. I stopped. And then I was told that if you can stop Russia and Ukraine, you should get the Nobel Prize. I said, well, what about the 7 others? I should get a Nobel Prize for each one. No, they said, but if you stop, think of that, but if you stop Russia and Ukraine, sir, you should be able to get the Nobel. I said, I stopped 7 wars. That's one war, and that's a big one. But all of these, actually, that was the one I thought would be easiest for, because I have a good relationship with President Putin. Disappointed in him, but I do. I thought that would be the easiest one, but we'll get it done one way or the other. But I also obliterated Iran's nuclear hopes by totally annihilating their enriched uranium. And I'll tell you what, those planes, those beautiful B-2 bombers, those beautiful, we call them wings, we just ordered 20 more of them, the updated version. We don't need an updated, just give me the same one. The job those pilots did, they flew for 37 hours back and forth. They had to refuel. We had 52 tankers, big tankers. How would you like to be flying a tanker, knowing that if you get hit by a little bullet, that's not good things happen to those tankers? Those people are brave. When I met the tanker guys, I had them to the office. We had the pilots, a lot of the pilots, and even the mechanics. I said, I want the mechanics. But I said to the tanker guys, how do you like flying around with hundreds of thousands of gasoline in that big thing? But they're brave people. They're brave people. But there was no stopping. They went, they flew. It was about 17 hours one way, and then they hit at the dark of night with no moon. It was dead, and every single one of those bombs hit its targets. It was absolutely amazing, and they're heroes. And when the pilots went in, they came into the office, and I met them, and they're all great-looking guys. They look like Tom Cruise. Actually, they look like Tom Cruise. But they're all great-looking guys. I would have said Tom Cruise, but, you know, he called me about something recently. He was such a nice guy. I'm not going to say it. I'm just saying he's a hell of a looking guy, but these people are great. But they said, sir, you know what? For 22 years, we practiced this mission. Us and our predecessors. We practiced it 3 to 4 times every single year for 22 years, and you're the only president that had the courage to let us go and do our thing. It's very interesting, right? I didn't know that. But we stopped the flood of illegal aliens stampeding across our borders, and for 4 months in a row, the numbers of illegals admitted into the United States is 0. 0. Even I find that hard to believe, but it's made up by very liberal think tank, and I'll take it, but it's 0. It's just about 0. Hard to believe, right? If you look back a year and 2 years, it was millions of people coming across our border from mental institutions, from prisons, drug dealers, gangs, the toughest gangs anywhere in the world. They came from all over. We designated Tren de Aragua, MS-13, and the Mexican drug cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, which nobody else did. And we're hitting them, as you probably noticed, very hard. And we're blowing the Venezuelan narco-terrorists. We're blowing them the hell out of the water. Every time you see a boat, thousands of people die from the cargo in that boat. Thousands of people die. And then the radical left say, oh, this is not nice. Well, thousands of people are dying because of those boatloads of drugs, fentanyl and a lot of other drugs. We're restoring law and order to our cities and towns, including our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., where you can now go out to have dinner. That's right, here we are. You can now, what is the difference? I was at a deal today, and I'm in the car, and I said, ride me right through Washington. I want to go right. The parks were groomed. There was no trash. There were no tents. We had no tent cities. It was clean. It's going to look even better in 6 months to a year. We're going to change the medians that are rotted. We're going to get rid of the little potholes. But even it looked, Susie, it looked beautiful. It was so different. Nice weather, nice day. The grass was growing. Some of the grass I'm not going to have to change. I thought I was going to replace the grass all over. This grass looked good. It looked so good. And you know, we actually had soldiers. You saw them. We didn't tell them to do this because we don't want to tell them. They were picking up trash. Did you see that? They were picking up trash. The National Guard, these great military people, the job they did has been unbelievable. And then, you know, this is a tough argument for them. I would say this is tougher than men playing in women's sports and transgender for everybody. You know, transgender for everybody. But the men playing in women's sports is tough. But, you know, the open borders is a tough one. But the best argument is crime. This is would I like to be running? Would I like to run crime? We don't like crime, and the Democrats obviously love it. How about that? They like crime, we don't. That's all you have to say, a sign. They like crime, we don't. I don't think it's possible to lose an election. I think said today, they better be careful, this is a Trump trap. It's an 80-20 issue. No, it's a 99-1 issue. And we don't know the one person. We can't find that one person, Chris. He's working for Chris on the oil wells. We don't know. But what we've done in Washington, we're so proud of it. We took it over. And you know what? I don't want to insult anybody, but it was horrible. One of the worst. It was horrible. And within 12 days, it was a safe city. And within 22 days, it was really safe. And a couple of days later, I actually went and walked right down the middle of the street. And I had no fear because we took 1,600 criminals, hardened criminals, people, I think they were born to be criminals. These were seriously bad people. We got them out of here. We brought them back to different countries, got them the hell out. They can't come back. We're never letting them come back. But we're restoring law and order. Now we're going to Memphis, Tennessee. It's another place that's right. Are you happy about that?